Good morning. Got a little bit more than 45 minutes today, so we're going to have to go kind of fast, I suspect. This will be probably the least finalized song of the bunch. I'll see if we can get like 40 seconds to a minute or so, but yeah, I'm going to have to hustle. So I'm just trying to get a couple settings in place here, and then we'll get going. All right. We're going to just grab any old expansion, I think. I don't know, let's check out what's in here. Going for a kit. I don't even know if I like it that much, but good move. Maybe. That was a little off. Oh, I didn't even record it. That probably just needs to sneak back a little. Let's double it up. Wrong one. We got a choke group here. We're gonna have to. I'll leave it. Oh, I guess I kind of hear it. Maybe there's not a choke group. Whoop! I must undo that. I took the wrong one. Hey, Colonel, how you doing? I think I want a little groove here. I'm good. Got a little bit less time today than usual for trying to do one of these daily tracks, so probably gonna. I don't know about that, but yeah, I just figured I'd keep trying to do live streams as I can here. That. Let's see if threshold will work for us. Kind of. Good enough. I have a I have to look it up. I bought it on Amazon. I got it with it's like just like a little arm. So on the back of my desk, I secured some 2x4s into the back to make kind of a frame in the back, and then I got like this arm that has like some screw joints on it. So like I've done like some stuff with like some zip ties and things to hold some of the cables to kind of keep it out of the way. It's not perfect, but it's worked well enough. I found some of the stuff that I've tried, my phone's too heavy. Like a webcam would be fine, but the phone's too heavy and it like will slowly sag. So I think these things all fail eventually because it's a lot of plastic, and the joints that will hold like these plastic balls tend to like crush them, and then they fail, and then they just like get wobbly. So I don't know. There's probably places that sell higher quality stuff, but I haven't found it yet. I feel like I'm flubbing this. We'll see what we can do. I feel like this does need to be a bit up. Alright, we're just gonna live with it. So I don't know, it says C minor. I'm gonna guess that maybe it's right. I don't think we're gonna have to do a plug-in for some bass here. See what we get for mini D. Well, the reason why, if you're worried about things being wobbly, it's really like, I don't know, it's the old saying, it's only as strong as the weakest link. If you don't have a steady stand to begin with, then it will be wobbly. And then I've seen a lot of them just don't get tight enough, or they'll like, this phone, like I can tap it, but it's pretty quick to stabilize. So like if I pound on the table, you can see it's kind of vibrating a little bit, but because of the 2x4s that I have in the back, it's really, I got them pretty tight. So like I can push on it, but it's just barely moving. It's honestly the best way to do it would be to secure a mount to like the wall, or get like a tripod behind you that has something coming up over you. But I don't know, I didn't feel like investing in that, and I didn't want to put any holes in my wall because my wife wouldn't go for that. So I don't know. I feel like that's cutting through. I don't want delay. I mean, it should be loud enough. I probably need to re-level some of this stuff. The drums are pretty loud. Yeah, I mean, like I'd start with what you got. If you can use what you've got, it'll help you understand what works and what doesn't work. I have I got four Logitech webcams, and I just found like they don't pick up the contrast and the light as well as I'd like them to. So I invested in a bunch of them because I wanted to get like a multicam shot setup, and they just don't do what I want, which is a bummer, but I don't know. Of course I missed it. Oh, work message coming in. I was like, what the heck? Okay. Easy enough. I don't know. It's something here. It doesn't have like enough character, maybe? I don't know, I just feel like I'm making it muddy. What else could we do? Distortion's probably terrible. I'm not sure. Yeah. Those are all going to be really rough. The low pass 4 sounds a little bit smoother. Maybe overdrive just is the better choice. Probably need a limiter now. Just tighten it up a little. And probably pull it down a tiny bit. else are we going with this? Kind of like chopped up the roads. Actually, I should go see what other sounds are over here. Maybe there's some other fun stuff. Actually, I kind of dig this pad. Probably another one that needs to be filtered, but let's chop it up by regions, maybe. Less than 16.8, maybe. All right, we're going to take this and let's try pitching it down. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I want this to be note on. Now I gotta edit all pads. Note on. Samples. We want all of them. Is it ping pong maybe? Let's see how it sounds. I want an 8-bar loop now, so let's see what we can do. I don't know if I got that quite right. Let's fix some of the timing. That one probably, oop. Keep them all full volume. See how this does. All right. I feel like we need a filter just to take out the high end a little. Filter gate maybe, but let's try this first. The resample just a little bit of tone, I think works. All right, was there anything else here? That's what we grabbed. Um, I probably use the speaker on the MPC Live. I don't know, once a week or so. I mean, when I'm at my desk here, it's pretty easy to just either use. I use the headphones so I don't get feedback loops while I'm streaming. But I got two speakers on the desk that I've had for 20, 25 years. I don't know. But when I grab this, go sit on the couch or go visit some family or something, it's pretty easy to just have. It's nice to have some speakers and not have to carry around a whole setup or headphones or anything else. Man, this cough needs to go away. So, like, I would say the speakers aren't perfect by any means, but they do sound fine. Yeah, I'd say it's enough to like be a really handy feature. When I had the original Live that didn't have the speaker or the CV outs, I actually upgraded to this. This one, not because of the speaker. I was like, the speaker is probably barely passable. I wanted the CV outs. That was the big one for me, and I actually found like I like the speaker. It's not, you wouldn't do like mastering on it, but I would say like if you can get something to sound pretty decent on these speakers as you're doing mixing and mastering, like through another set of speakers, if it sounds good on them, like it's probably going to sound good in plenty of other places. But they got like actually fairly decent bass, so I found like I don't usually super overdo the bass. Whereas like mixing in the headphones, I got to be always careful. Like it's because it's easy to crank up the bass too much, and then be like, what the heck did I do? But I don't know. Or I don't know where I'm going with this. Maybe one more sound in here. I don't know what I want. Let's go hunting. An organ might be too much. The pad is kind of covered with what we just grabbed, so I don't need strings or anything. I wonder if this will maybe just use some like really filtered bells or something. Bells? Maybe? I don't know. We'll go load up hype here. Is it Ja Gruss? Is that how you pronounce it? Happy to help, man. I don't know. I just started the channel. I was like, I don't know. I feel like I could help people out with the SP404 Mark II, and they shouldn't have to pay anything to learn how to use this thing. I mean, I've had a few people reach out and ask me to do like one-on-one sessions with them, and happy to help. But yeah, like, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of stuff that if you just happen to know, it's Jay. All right, well, nice to meet you, man. As I said, happy to help. I know, like, there's so much stuff that's like easy to learn, but like all these things, like you just have to know like the little tiny stuff sometimes, and it's not like that bad most of the time, but you got to be willing to take the time. For me, it's more just like I think anybody should be able to sit down and make music or do artwork or whatever. So I don't know. I've come to the conclusion for myself. Maybe it's not a conclusion. I'm at the point in my artistic career. It's not a career. I don't make money doing. I don't hardly make any money doing this stuff. I was just going to record some of it, but yeah, I think as an artist, you have to just learn it's okay to make mistakes, and the important part to know is which mistakes are good to keep and which ones you got to get rid of. striving for perfection makes it really hard to finish anything. So I kind of moved away from that. I used to be a perfectionist, but now I'm just like, whatever. As long as I'm having fun, it's cool. I don't have to, I'm not making money on it, so I don't need to ever make a finished product. So where are we going? Those last ones were too loud. Let's fix that. Automation. Pull them down. That one's maybe a little quiet. Those notes were probably too high. Let's cut them out. We'll try and fix it. That's worse. Close. Actually, maybe that one's in the right spot to sound rhythmically fine. I need to listen to it again. Alright. I'm cheating. Well, maybe something else was off there. I think it's alright. Maybe there's something else I played. There's a couple notes that need to be tweaked up here as well. Let's get this one a little bit louder. This one a little louder. I don't mind them having a few that are a little quiet in here, hard to hear, but try and fix it if we can. If I should have switch it out so I have more of an yeah, we should do that. Let's all right, what I'm gonna do, I kind of like this intro that's like partial as an idea. Oh man, this touchscreen is gonna drive me nuts. So we're gonna cut that out. I'm gonna copy these. Come on, you can do it. Shift copy. We're going to move the start point to 5 and then go paste. Let's see how that sounds. I think this one needs to also be 3. Let's transpose that down. See how we feel about it. two more down. I need to make it louder. Let's transpose it up. So you may or may not be asking the right person here, Jay. I am a huge MPC head, so I would say the MPC, I mean, it's got its issues, but I would say, like, if it's me, I'm going to lean towards the MPC more than the SP404 Mark II. There's plenty you can do with the SP404, but you can, I mean, you just keep layering effects and move stuff around. For how I make music, usually I'm using like a handful of loops and maybe a few synths. So I usually just, whatever like is a drum kit, I'll use like 16 pads of whatever, whether I record it myself or not. And then I'll just like kind of layer in whatever I think might sound good for some plugins and stuff. If you're having a hard time, I don't know if you're going to like the track layout or not. The SP404 Mark II's, like, you've got a pattern and you've got your pads. Like, there's no, like, in-between concept. In the MPC, like, you've got, like, if I go to the mix here, I can, basically each one of these is a program that has either pads, multiple samples to make one instrument. It could be a drum kit, like you might think about having your 16 pads on the SP404 Mark II. Could be just a synthesizer. It could be all kinds of stuff here. And I can mix it. The real thing to me is it's very difficult to mix on the SP404 Mark II. So if you're making a track, it almost like you almost need to like if you're really trying to like make something that's performative on the SP404 Mark II, you're either having to choose the punk style of whatever just makes it in here. If it sounds fine, it's fine. Or you're going to say, like, I actually want this to sound better and more professional. You're going to need to take those loops and sounds and kind of level them correctly outside the SP404 Mark II. It's very hard to do that in the SP404 Mark II. In the MPC, however, like, you've got like all kinds of meters and things so that you can see like how the sounds are going. You can route stuff all over the place. You got send and return effects and buses. You've got effects that you can drop per track. You can even do an effect per sample. So I would say it's far more complicated, and this is where people start saying like the MPC is basically a DAW in a box. And while I get like people saying that, I would say also it's like, to me, like, I've just used it enough that a lot of it, except for the change from firmware 2 to 3, is pretty second nature to me. I'm still forcing myself to kind of get my head wrapped around how firmware 3 works, but I would say firmware 3 is much more newcomer friendly, much more DAW user friendly than firmware 2 for a number of reasons. But if you're just curious about the MPC, I'd say go get like an MPC 1. Don't get the 1 Plus is fine, but it doesn't offer enough new features and functionality to really be worth getting. If you wanted to just try it out, you can get like a MPC 1 for dirt cheap these days, and it has all the features and functionality of the MPC Live. It's missing CV inputs. You don't have as many outputs, which means you can't do effects loops. So on the MPC 1, you'd need to get like extra gear to do it. But like on the MPC Live here, I have my main outputs, which is what you're hearing right now. I've also got outputs 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. So to create an FX loop, I can route any of these tracks to go to 3 and 4, have it plugged into the input on the SP404 Mark II, and then have the output go into the input on the MPC. And I can just send immediately just start sending stuff over, affect it live, real time on the SP404 Mark II, record it back into the looper on the MPC, and just kind of keep flipping things and iterating over it real quick. So definitely a lot of cool stuff you can do over here. I do think I need to get an 8-bar loop. I don't know. I feel like I got enough here to just kind of track something out real quick. What the heck was this? Eva Pluck. Okay. Yeah, there's not, and what Martin's saying, there's nothing wrong with doing it by ear. As I said, if it sounds good, it's fine. Go with it. Trust your gut. It's so easy these days to get wrapped into what a waveform looks like on the screen, and just because it looks right doesn't mean it sounds right, and it doesn't mean it's any good. So the nice thing about the SP404 Mark II is it does make you trust your ear and kind of forces you down certain types of paths. It just depends on what you're looking to do and how you want to use it and stuff. So yeah, it depends on what you're trying to do and get out of it. But there's so much cool gear out there. If I had more time, I'd probably dig into more stuff, but I don't know, I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm well, I got what I got. All right, let's go 16 bars. Maybe we'll start with recording some track mute. Let's explode the drum kit first. We'll do that. Explode track so I can kind of mute and unmute some of the different rhythmic parts here. And I'm just going to keep this as a super quick thing, I think. We're going to go back one. We'll delete the track here. Delete track. Before I lose my mind, let's go save project. We'll go projects. I don't know, just call it Jam 07 here. Save. You can work quite well with loops on the MPC. You might be more interested in the Akai Force, although that hasn't really been, it hasn't gotten the support and love lately. It got a lot, so you can get the Akai Force fairly cheap. I think it's pretty good for working with loops and stuff. I actually got the SP404 Mark II thinking I could use it as a mini Akai Force. It kind of does it, but the problem is you can't get it to start a loop playing quantized, so you have to do it by ear and just practicing stuff to kind of trigger 3 at the same time kind of thing. Again, it kind of depends what you're going for, but you can get there. So I don't know. I'd keep an eye on what the Key 37 versus Live 2 resale values are, and what it costs to buy it. I know a lot of people are expecting a new Akai MPC soon. I don't think it's going to happen that soon. I think we're going to see NAMM, they're probably going to try and announce that they've launched the firmware 3 update for all the existing platforms. I don't think that they're going to also throw new hardware out there. It's just going to confuse the market, I think, and the messaging they've got. So, but it's possible. All right, where are we starting with? No bass. All right, we're gonna have to I'm gonna have to go through this really quick too if we're gonna do this in 16 bars. I'm gonna take timing correct, time division. I'll go quarter note. Let's go here to write the pad mutes to the track. Wish me luck. We'll just let it play for 2 bars and just start peeling stuff out. I don't know. Felt close for like just a short 16 bar thing. Let's see if there's anything like really offensive in here. Then maybe I'll double it up one more time and just add some more variation and call it a day. I mean, I know I'm being super lazy here for this, but I only had like 45 minutes, so. I don't want this to stay in. There's something a little funky that happened. There's actually, I think, a bug with how it handles the mutes across transitions, but I haven't like watched it enough. Okay, so we've got, I'm just basically layering in some of these things here, and maybe I'll change up some decisions I made with it doubled up, but let's go through. I just want to see when I pull out the pluck the first time around, I think it's either like bar 12 or 14. I think I want to delete that for the first time through. Maybe it, or maybe it should stay. I mean, it kind of works. That must be 14. Nope. 15. Okay, we got to go to 15 on pluck. And come in. We're going to go track mute. I don't even, maybe we don't want this muted at all. We got rid of track mutes. We'll just see how this sounds. Wait, I did that the wrong way. Nope. We got to go back. I guess I got to put this back. I removed what would actually make it stay. Okay. Let's just make sure it's at the beginning. And good. Oh my gosh. Okay, I got to draw it down. I'm just not I'm trying to talk and undo that. I don't know why we have a MIDI bank select. That's weird. Track mute off. I wonder if it's this piece that's like right before. That's killing us. Why is it? Because it's coming in late. Erase automation. Do it. Main mute. Yeah, Colonel, I would say like the sheer speed you can do things on the SP404 Mark II is where it shines for me. I also think it's very, very flexible as an instrument. It can do plenty of things that it's just difficult to do with other pieces of hardware. Like just hook it up to USB as a... All right, this transition, we gotta go back. So when we go into 16, it's just not enough because we've peeled out too much. So we're going to play. Because this is where I would have had the outro. So I think the transition to 17, we probably just need to bring in a few more elements. So I'm going to go overdub play. No, it didn't like that. Might not let me overwrite stuff easily. I have to do it by hand. Okay, I want. This is where this was easier to do before on MPC2. Because it's not letting me overdub. It's just got the automation there and it's not queuing it up. This is annoying, but not impossible to deal with. So we got perk, mute group 1, rim. Okay. We'll go rim, mute. So I think this is where we come back in, get rid of that. Editing stuff this way is like my least favorite way to do these things, but we get what we get. I'll eventually figure out a better way to do it. I think we're getting this weird notch from the copy. This might be too much going across. Was it kick 2? We'll get kick 2 in. I think that should be enough to transition over. Like, I'm cool with it out for one, it's like half a bar. All right, let's just try it again. Sai. Well, first of all, hello, Sai. You did see me do a video where if you use the same sequence in song mode, it will eat and destroy your track mutes. So yes, I figured a workaround is you just keep making new sequences and you can keep appending them as much as you want. But if you use the same sequence in a song twice, it's possible it's based on my settings. I don't know. Oh, that was not quite right. So kick, it didn't come in. It's giving me a hard time here. Okay, just making sure we're on the right one. Let's zoom in here. Yeah, okay. That was wrong. And I feel like I do want the other kick in here at that same time so that we have a lot of kick. Try again. Yeah, so I'd say like there's not like a ridiculous amount of issues in firmware 3. Most of the issues I've hit have been, oh, that's wrong. Let's fix that. Most of the issues I've hit with firmware 3 has been more just having my firmware 2 brain expecting things to work a certain way, and they don't. They've changed a few things, so you have to like understand what it's doing. I've been less frustrated with it, but that song mode thing's very frustrating. Oh, we need to go back further. See how we like the end here. I suspect I'm gonna have to peel back because we got more time. I'm gonna probably need to peel back some of the mutes now. Yeah, I agree with you. It should be pointers basically, but I don't know how it's implemented under the hood. So, they've made a lot of changes. Like, I don't know, like the thing I'll show you on mutes is there's like this menu. If you were in firmware 2, you've now got like this little menu with a gear that you can specify how you want mute and solo behavior to work here. So very powerful, allows you to do a ton of stuff that you could do some of it in firmware 2, but it allows you to like choose how you want things to be written as automation, how you want them to kind of work. I think it'll be great for people doing performances. It's just that there's bugs in here that they're going to have to fix and figure out. So, and Yeah, like I go kind of, for me personally, I'll flip back and forth between using song mode and just taking one sequence and making it longer and longer. Today I'm just making it longer because I didn't feel like working with song mode, and I wanted to kind of force myself to use this as a workflow again, just to see how it felt. I don't, when I get into doing like these daily tracks, I'm mostly trying to see like, okay, what am I changing? What am I doing over and over again to get better and faster at it? And like, what am I changing intentionally to try and force myself to learn some new processes and like ways to do stuff, if that makes sense. So I think the outro-ish part is where I probably just need to pay attention here. Okay, we're gonna go back because I don't think we want to play the whole thing again. We'll go into 25 and we should probably start just kind of muting some of the stuff here. I think we've got the implementation for track mutes, the 2.0 track mutes in 3.0. Like, there's a few subtle differences, but the main one being that if you're gonna do it, you really need your write mode on. It's kind of hard to see in OBS, but like, you want to be able to switch between read and write mode. This is what will make they've in firmware 2, track mute automation absolutely does get written to the automation channels, but you can record it without needing this write on. Now you actually, like, there's a step that you got to do that was driving me nuts because like, there's no track mute automation, it doesn't work, but you just need to turn it on. So I would say there's like some, what I'll say are bad behaviors that Akai enabled by having some of these things work inconsistently, and I think they actually have tried to do a good job of making it more consistent. So this is where I would say, just like as I've been using firmware 3, there's things that I'm just like, this is annoying and doesn't work, and it just turns out that they've really, I think, tried to make things more consistent for like new users or people coming from like a more standard DAW background. So I wouldn't say like switch over to 3 entirely, but I do think it's worth like checking out. There's a lot of cool features that they've gotten in here, even though there's also enough frustration to make it feel like learning at least 25 to 30% of a new instrument, because you're just learning where they've kind of moved stuff. All right, well, I do very definitely need to drop now. So let me just save this one more time. We'll render it out. I'm going to drop, but I'll say thanks everybody for stopping by and hanging out. Hopefully this wasn't super boring for you guys. I never know. Call it Jam 2. I don't know. Anybody have a random name suggestion? I'll shoot for something for a name in here. 3.0 carryover or 2.0 carryover. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I can do the name after. We need to render. So cancel. We got the save. Save. Audio mix down. I think there's a Little Big Boy. Swampy. I like Swampy Big Boy. Let me export this and save. We'll see. We'll see if I can post this also up on SoundCloud. Yesterday for my track 6, it got copyright struck, so I had to go file an appeal with SoundCloud, and that was really disgusting to do because they tell you if they rule against your appeal, they can decide to just delete your account, which is super not cool. So, because I've got like 15 plus hours of music up there, I have it all backed up someplace, but to have to go through and find it all again would be, and like, I don't know, it would feel terrible. But SoundCloud hasn't really been doing much lately, so I don't know. Anyway, um, I'm gonna have to see what I'm gonna do. But yeah, Colonel, I don't know. I've been paying the yearly fee for it just because I've uploaded so much stuff, and I haven't found a better place to go post my content. I do believe the copyright protection is, uh, I'll say it's valuable, but I don't know for who other than the people that are um, that have all the money to make on it. So I certainly don't feel protected by any of it, but I also don't make any money on this. So um, yeah, Colonel, I actually think it was some instrument sounds that like something I played. Like I have the stream, like somebody can watch me play the whole thing and be like, oh, like yeah, you didn't take anything from this song. I don't. The musician doesn't. I don't know how big he is, but he uses a. Looks like he uses a distribution app to distribute his content. It was cool. I happen to. I don't think he's like that big, but I reached out to him on Instagram just to say, hey, I got copyright strike from you. Not asking him to do. I was like, you don't have to do anything. I was like, it has nothing to do with. We have nothing to do with each other, but I was like, I'm gonna check out your music anyway because it seems like he's doing some interesting stuff that I'd like to catch up on. So, um, yeah, I don't know. It's just robots talking to robots, making bad robot decisions these days. And this is not the world I ever expected to live in when I was younger, but here we are. All right. Um, I don't know. I will take some combination of Swampy, Little, and Big Boy to name this track. I don't know. I'll think about it while I'm trying to figure out what to do with it. But hey, everybody, thanks for stopping by. Keep making music, keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good. And peace.